Hey, hello everyone, Marisol Vasquez here, wishing you a fantastic new year. The beginning of the year is a perfect opportunity for us to set some personal goals. Some people like to call them resolutions, but I prefer not calling them resolutions because we rarely keep up with them. So today I would like to share with you some tips that will help you set your own smart language learning goals for 2019. So the first thing you need to do is to get rid of that little voice that keeps sending you negative messages like you're too old to learn a language, or you don't have enough memory, or you don't have time. Those messages are actually excuses your mind creates every time you decide to start a new project. So it's very important that you pay attention to any destructive thought that will interfere with your goals. So now that you have all those negative thoughts out of the way, you need to find your why. Your why is a clear vision of your goal. It's what inspires you to take action and helps you stay motivated. So why did you decide to learn a language? I'm pretty sure you didn't decide to learn a language just because you have nothing to do during the day. What is your why? Is it because, like me, you married someone from another culture and you want to learn your partner's language? Or maybe you need a second language for your career? Or maybe you're just about to embark into a new personal adventure in your life. So now that you know why you want to learn the language, let's go ahead and plan your SMART goals. We call them SMART goals because they need to be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. S stands for specific, but I also like to use it for small. It is important for you to make small goals. As saying I want to be fluent in French is overwhelming, but saying I want to reach a beginner level in French is much more easier to visualize and achieve. M stands for measurable. How will you measure your progress? If you're learning in your school, your teacher will give you some tests that will allow you to see if you're making progress or not. But if you're learning by yourself, you need to decide how you will measure your own progress. So you can do this by deciding how many words or sentences or verbs you want to learn per week. The A in SMART stands for achievable. So make sure your goal is not too easy or not too difficult, but always try to challenge yourself. R stands for realistic. Saying that you want to learn 3 languages at the same time is not realistic. So try to stick to 1 language at a time. Finally, T stands for time-bound. It's very important that you set a deadline for your goals. Make sure you always set short-term goals and take baby steps. It's very important for you to write down your why and to write down your goal. A goal that is not written is simply a wish. And it has been proven scientifically that people that write down their goals are 42% more likely to achieve them. So take a paper and a pen and write down your goals, write down your why, and all the dates you want to achieve them by, and make sure you place it somewhere visible, like on your fridge or in your office. Let me give you an example of some goals that I have set with my daughter Maria. Maria is 13 years old and she wants to improve her written French because she would like to be ready to pass her B1 level. So her SMART goal is to be able to write a complaint letter by February 2019. For this, she studies French grammar every Saturday morning for 2 hours. She listens to 1 show in French per week. She reads 1 or 2 pages in French per week. And she practices with me or with a friend whenever she has the chance. So as you can see, her goals are specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. Great, so now that your goals are written down and you know why you want to learn the language, it's time to decide how, when, and where. So there's many ways to learn a language. You can join a language club in your city, or you can sit with one of your friends who can teach you his or her language. You can use one of those apps that are right now available on the market, like Duolingo or Memrise, Busuu, Flash Academy, or many others. You can also take an online course or join a language school. Whatever platform you pick, you need to schedule some time for your language learning activity. And here's where you have to be realistic. Saying that you will do 1 hour per day to learn a language it's not realistic if you have a very busy life. So I suggest you plan 1 to 2 hours a week for your main language learning activity, and also 5 to 10 minutes per day for smaller activities. An example of a smaller activity would be maybe learning a song in the language that you're learning, and try to practice it every time you're in the car, or when you're doing the dishes, or when you're taking a shower. So think about the date, the time, and a distraction-free place that suits you, and book it. This is an appointment with yourself, and you need to treat it as any important appointment you have with anyone else. So make sure you plan the rest of the day around your language learning activity, and also don't take any other engagements during that time. Okay, so before I finish, let me just remind you what you need to do. Don't let any negative thought interfere with your learning. Don't let the mood of the day interfere with your goals. Keep an eye on your why, respect your appointment with yourself, and be consistent. But if you miss one day or two, don't worry, just get back to it right away. My goal is to help you improve your language and communication skills. And I will be doing it through my blog and through this kind of videos. So if you want to get more of these tips, just subscribe to my channel, like this video, and share it with your friends.